Oof. Morning everybody, Mike from FisherMN here. It's Minnesota, it's June, and it's freezing. Made my way to my favorite lake up here in Grand Rapids, and it's about 46 degrees to start. I was planning on a hot day. It looked like it was going to be in the mid 80s. Things have shifted and it's freezing. Thank goodness I got my backup sweatshirt on. It's been a rough start to the season, but we're going to get it going today, hopefully on Favorite Lake. We're going to get out there and we're going to see what the lake wants to give us. Let's go fishing. We are on the lake. We're on Favorite Lake, and as you can see, it's almost fall-like conditions. Seems like every year my first trip out here is just beautiful. Well, a little something different this year. Thank goodness we've got all kinds of different things in our arsenal now. The other side of the lake will be calm, but we're going to try right here where the wind's blowing in, because this just might be the setup for some nice fish. Starting out with the chatterbait, not a frog this time. We got the jig ready. When we get to calmer waters, we got the frog ready. Well, I'm able to film in 4K today because it's cold out and my camera won't overheat. I've been having some overheating issues with the GoPro. So we're pulling positives out wherever we can. All right, time for the jig. All right. Well, who would have thought? We lost another jig. Darn it. What a difference a side makes. Nice and calm over here, so you know what's coming out. Got the frog. I'm actually starting with a spro frog today. I've always liked the black version of the spro frog. Let's see if we got any bass that are ready for a frog. Oof. It's a huge dogfish. Oh my goodness, what's going on with the dogfish around here this year? Yowzers. That was a monstrous dogfish. They're kind of the same shape as a bass. So when it first hit, I thought, oh my goodness. Then I could see a good shot of it. So hopefully there's a good shot on camera. But all right, we got the original. We got the Booyah Pad Crusher on. Missed a couple of fish with the spro frog, so let's go. Can't say it's the spro frog's fault. We'll go with what's always worked. Seems like they're more on the outskirts when I have had some hits. Right off the point here. Well, a little bit inside. There we go. All right. Looks like there's a good smaller class. Look at how round those fish are though, even the small ones. All right, slinging in the biggest of the day. Still not very big, but we're getting them. So just a couple of small bass in the boat, but what an eventful morning. Monster dogfish attacking my frog. on the windy side of the lake. Had some action, and of course lost a jig to either a dogfish or a northern. The morning is still early. Let's see if we can get some quality fish in the boat. Getting into some new water, calm water, sun's out a bit. There we go. Happy to be catching fish. I got some small fish here. Must be a pack of them because I felt a couple of hits. All right. All right. A few years ago, I had my video called Attack of the 3-Pounders because I couldn't get one over 3 pounds here, but I got a bunch of them. I think this might be the invasion of the 1-pounders. I have never caught this many smaller bass on Favorite Lake. Happy to be catching bass though. I just know we're gonna find an area that has some big ones. The lake looks nice and healthy this year. Last couple of years with the drought, it's been kind of tough. But this year it seems like it's come back. The weeds look great. The water's up a bit, although we are kind of in drought conditions again. There you go, that one feels a little better. We shall net our first medium-sized bass. Nice. Love the way he just came up and slurped it in. There we go. All right. That's what we're looking for. Little chunks. All right. We got a bass. So I'm not sure how I'm going to put this day together, but wow, what a day of fishing. Feels so good after some real struggles early in the season. But you know what? Every day on the water is a great day. We started out at the landing and we fished kind of a windy shore. Got some bites, but couldn't get anything in. So cut across to a favorite shore and kind of the same thing. Missed a couple of fish, had a monster dogfish that exploded on my frog. But then we stuck to it. And I remembered the area where I had my frenzy last year. And we went over to that area and had a Chatterbait Frenzy. About 7 fish in 10 minutes. Kind of worked the area, worked around there, caught a couple other ones. But then I thought maybe I'll go back through with my jig. Had about a 10 to 20 minute Jig Frenzy. So it's been a day of fast and furious because I just finished up this area and had a frog frenzy. So if the day cooperates, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a Favorite Lake Frenzy week, and each frenzy will have its own video. But that means we need a few more fish for the main video so that you can see this part of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to a favorite shore and we're going to see if we can get some bass on the way in. Let's get them. Went across the lake from that productive shore. We're gonna take a chance that there's some bass over here. I think it looks like it'll be a chatterbait and jig over here. Possibly a frog when we get closer to the landing. But let's go. Let's chatter up some. Judging from all the bait fish on the other side, I'm thinking most of the fish in the lake are over there. It's just pretty amazing. But let's see what's living over on this side. There we go. Chatterbass. That was right off these reeds that are kind of sticking out in a point. So we will fish the points. Oh, there we go. That was a smash. Be a bass. It's rolling in like a northern. It's so funny when northerns that size hit like they do, because in the winter they just stare at the bait. In the summertime they're just slashing at everything they see. Kind of interesting. I've mentioned it before in my videos. It's the nice thing about Minnesota is you can always get something to bite, and especially northerns. Even on tough days, northerns are usually willing to eat. Unfortunately, they've just been eating a lot of my tackle this summer so far. Let's see if there's anything lurking in the lily pads. Lurking in the lily pads. Fish was just waiting for it. All right, nice fish. There's a favorite lake monster. Oh, there we go. Good fish. All right, I'm gonna hope that we can catch another one because I got to get some batteries in the front. About a 3-pounder there. Good fish. As soon as that, as soon as I can say it, as soon as it hits the water, got a fish on. All right, finding some jig bass by the lily pads here. Kind of quickly fished with the chatterbait, then went out for some northerns, but let's see if we can get a couple more. Oh, when they pull before you do, they're usually going to get off, and that one did. Still getting the feeling down. Had a fish bite, but my line was past the backing, so I couldn't set the hook. Duck on it. I got to get some new line on this reel. There we go. Another bass. Finding them. Nice that there's a big one scattered in every now and then too. All right, switching Back to chatterbait. There we go. Nice fish. That is a chunky fish. All right, future 5-pounder. Coming down yet another productive shore. Bass, some northerns out a little bit. A lot of the bass coming on a jig. Once we get around the lily pads, I pull out the jig, and that seems to work. Chatterbait helps to cover ground in between. There we go. Oh, that one's getting bigger as we go. Wow. All right. Yes. I thought, oh, tap. I'll set the hook. And whammo, we got another big one. Nice. What a great way to finish off our day. Catching some big bass, jig bass. You ever get fish thumb? I've got fish thumb. I'm grimacing every time I'm picking one up, but I'm appreciating the fact we're catching so many. That last bass, probably 3.5, close to 4 pounds. Maybe a little bigger. I haven't even been thinking about measuring with my catch board. Having too much fun catching the bass. In the near future, we'll do a challenge where I measure the best 5. Did that a few times last year. Oh, there we go. Is he still on? Yes, he is. And there's the big one in the corner. Oh, come on, stay on. The big guy in the corner. I gotta grab him with this hand. With the shorter casts and the jig, they're coming in fresh. This guy's still got some fight in him. Yeah, I don't know what it is. They like to live on those corners. Man, this guy's probably... Well, let's see. Let's get our measuring stuff out here. All right, we got the fish chilling. Let's use this catch board to measure and see how long he is, and then we'll weigh it. So, I don't think he's that long. I think he's maybe 16 or 17 inches. But he's got to be close to 4 pounds. He's just a chunk. And then here. Got 17 inches. And the 17 incher is 3.3 pounds. So I don't know, that's just for a 17 incher, that seems chunky to me, because look at that belly. Awesome fish. Let's keep them coming. Like I mentioned, I don't know what it is, but see how the reeds are clear on this side and they've got lily pads on this side, and there's kind of a field of them. If you're fishing, I always fish those corners. You probably already do, but for whatever reason I always usually find the biggest fish there. That wasn't a monster of all monsters, but that was a nice one. Especially compared to some of them that we've been catching today. It was just an amazing day getting here a little bit after sunup and being freezing. It was the lowest I saw in my car was 43 on the way. And it was 46 degrees when we got here. Now it's just a beautiful day. There's supposed to be a smoke advisory from the Canadian wildfires. Didn't notice at all. So the day worked out. The day started out slow with the fishing, and I couldn't hook a fish. I couldn't get them to stick even when they did hit. So kept at it. And I thought to myself, we had an area last year where I had a frenzy of bass. So I kind of started there after fishing a shoreline and catching some smaller bass, but it showed me they were there. So we tried for another frenzy and we got it. Not only did we get one frenzy, we got 3 frenzies today. We got a Chatterbait Frenzy, we got a Jig Frenzy, and we got a Frog Frenzy. I think the frenzies deserve their own day. So coming up on the next 3 Fridays, I'm gonna have Favorite Lake Frenzy, and I'm gonna show you each one of those. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'll see you on the next one. Oh, that was a huge dogfish.